This is the process for the LPCCI program. What we think is very powerful about it is that it is a mixed method learning approach. And let me just go through this for you. The first step here, the investment piece. This is making the commitment of resources. This is applying, paying, making the time commitment to go through the level 1, level 2, whatever, however many levels of training you decide upon. And then this next step here, the learn step, is committing the time. And there'll be all the information is on the website. There's a virtual classroom, and then once you're registered and paid, you will have access to that classroom, and you will download just a ton of material that becomes yours. And of course, you'll be reading and studying out of the workbooks. And then there are 5 instructional sessions that are done just like we're doing right here over phone and internet, and then the completion of assignments with a lot of role-playing and pro bono. Now, that's really comes into this experience area here. And other than the actual instruction sessions and the homework that you'll be sending to me as the instructor, where the experience piece comes in is you're going to have at least 5 sessions is the minimum required with me as your coach, and you're going to go through at least 5 of the 10 of that discovery process that you're going to be using as a coach. So we want you to sit in the client chair, get to understand the process, and then be able to use it more effectively when you sit in the coach's chair. And we find that it's 100% successful as far as students going through the process. They always come out and say that was one of the best parts of the learning process, was actually going through it themselves. And as you can imagine, God never wastes anything. So when a student is doing those private sessions for her requirement, lo and behold, God will be doing a work in her as well. So there's always a bonus of what He's doing inside of you, even while you think you're just practicing for training. Then this next piece, the practice, is when you get into the pro bono clients. We're going to practice during our sessions. We do role playing, and then some of your assignments will be taking, friends that are willing to be kind of your guinea pigs, and you're going to have some pro bono sessions with them, and they will be giving me, the instructor, feedback on how those sessions are going. And all along the way, I will be there to mentor, to buoy you up. If someone is very unsure, I can even be on a session with them, listen in if they would like to have that kind of support. That works as well. And then the last piece here is the promote piece. And this is about developing your niche, your specific message, making this coaching practice look like you, and your marketing approach. And this promote piece is going to happen mostly in level 2. Level 1, and I'll talk about that more in the next slide, is basically coaching skills. And then that next level is going to be all about launching and marketing your practice. And they have found this mixed method of combining the online with the classroom setting, with the practice. All of that together is very, very effective in terms of equipping somebody to come out the other end and feel like that they could actually do this. So the curriculum looks like this. There are actually 5 levels of certification inside of LPCCI. And level 1 and 2 are both required to get your basic life purpose coach certification. And as I mentioned a minute ago, level 1 is mostly about skills, and level 2 covers 2 different things. One is how to market and launch, and then the other piece is what are other roles that you could play. For instance, you can be a ministry consultant, you could be a speaker, you could be someone who puts on retreats. Those are different hats that you can wear with your basic certification. So we equipped you to feel confident to try on those different hats and give you a toolbox so that you don't have to start from scratch and invent the wheel if you wanted to step into one of those other areas. Then level 3 is about becoming a life purpose plan facilitator. And that process is a one-on-one intensive 2.5 day process that you do face-to-face with a client. So the level 3 instruction has to be face-to-face. So if I am taking somebody that's already done level 1 and 2, which I can do all of that online with them, if they want to go on to level 3, I invite them here. We have our house set up for this type of thing because we do life plan retreats here. So we have a retreat setting and a private suite and also a training area. And so I will do level 3 training here on site. Level 4 and level 5 trainings are only done at this point by the founder, Dr. Katie Brazelton. And so on her website, she will have when her next level 4 is going to take place. And again, this would be in person. It would be kind of a conference setting that she would do this in. And level 5, the life coach instructor, which I'm a part of, Katie she kind of holds this close to the chest. She doesn't want an endless amount of instructors. I don't know how many of us there are now, but her first couple rounds, there was only about 30 of us for quite a while, because she just wanted to be able to kind of know each one of us and as you can imagine, keep a handle on quality control. So that's what the curriculum looks like in general. Let's talk about just the topics that go on in those first 2 levels. Okay, so in the basic training here is going to be foundational principles of life coaching, essential proficiencies, all about asking great questions. You'll get tons and tons of questions to use to just pick out your favorites, the ones that really resonate with you. The do's and don'ts, very important, because it's so easy to get your roles confused and end up doing mentoring or some kind of teaching instead of coaching. And so there's a lot to be said in this area of learning what to do and what not to do. And then creating a life purpose or a mission statement. It's very important that we as coaches all understand that to the point that we have our own very clearly laid out, and then know how to help a client create that for themselves. Then level 2, the topics will be planning your business, marketing your coaching, speaking in retreats, ministry consultant, and getting published. So as I mentioned, these first 2 are going to be the launch and getting you set up, figuring out your brand, all that good stuff. And we talk about business plans and all of that type of thing. And then these last 3 are different hats that you can wear with your certification. And again, giving you the materials that you would need if you wanted to try to step into one of these roles. So break-even analysis. This is something no one had ever done for us at the beginning, and we said, you know what? We want to do this. We want to break this down so that this is a question that people have. Okay, so I go through the training, and I invest this money. What's it going to take for me to get my money back? And so we tried to make this as simple as possible. So if we combine level and 1, 2 costs, these are all roundabout figures, but pretty close. $2,275. Basic website, $600. That's based on, my husband is a web developer, and he's talking about just having a couple page site, where you've started out with the template and you're just building basic pages for it with, no bells and whistles, would be about $600. And then just business cards and miscellaneous, just your very first essential marketing pieces. So we're going to say that together that's going to round you out about a $3,000 investment as you launch your business. Well, 60 hours of coaching at $50 an hour would give you that $3,000. And how that translates is 6 clients doing that 10-session discovery process, which is called Conversations on Purpose. You get 6 clients that will go through that process with you. That would be $500 a client, and you can see then that you could break even. That's really not bad. To come out and say, after 6 clients, I will have recouped the money that I've got invested, getting to that place is pretty good. Now, this $50 is not, no one tells you that that's where you're going to be or that's where you should start. When students ask me, I will suggest to them that my advice is start at 50. Once you've gone through enough pro bonos that you say, okay, I'm ready to, to put my sign out and say and market myself and put a fee to it. At that point, I think $50 an hour is at a price point where you can get people to sign up without, what do I want to say, with not a lot of objections that you have to overcome. And then once you have more and more time, clients, training under your belt, as the Lord leads, you're gonna pick the cost that you think is the right for the value that you're giving for your clients. Okay, just a little bit more about the organization that I'm a part of. Like I mentioned earlier, Katie Brazelton, the founder, she came up with the first faith-based international coach facilitator program. And there are coaching institutes and training programs now that have their secular, and they have what they call a Christian track. So you can find that. But Katie's was the first and is the most developed, has been around the longest in terms of faith-based. In 2005, she was a part of Saddleback Church in Orange County, and if you're not familiar with Saddleback, that's the church where Rick Warren is pastor, and he's the pastor that came out with the book, Purpose Driven Life, several years ago, that really just set us all alive in this idea of finding our purpose. And I ran into Katie's book just as she came out with it. It was her first book called Pathway to Purpose for Women, which is a bestseller. That book was published and marketed right when we were spending some time in Southern California. And so I read this book, and at the end of her book, she invites those who feel moved by her story and her dream to contact her. And I did just that. And from that then became a part of her first certification class for training. When I contacted her and then I became a part of her first training class, I said to her later when she asked all of her initial coaches, why did you want to do this? What really motivated you to want to become a Christian life coach? And the thing that came out of me was, it's the thing I can't not do. It's the thing I can't not do. And that has become a really important phrase for me, because my passion is helping other women find the thing they can't not do. And certainly it's not that they're all supposed to be life coaches, but there is something in each one of them. There is a fire that God has put in each one of them. So to help that woman, each woman, to find what that is, to discover it, to embrace it, develop it, and then say, yes, God, I'm going to cooperate with you as you mold me to look like this vision that you've made me for. That is my passion. So again, I just wanted to finish where we started in terms of, so you could see some of the websites if you wanted to write any of these down. And I guess what I wanted to say to you then, ladies, is that if you believe that playing this type of role is the thing that you can't not do, then I would encourage you to take a step. Thank you for joining me for this informational webinar about becoming a Christian life coach. If you are interested and like to take a step, please contact me at jerry.swingle@wholewomanministry.com. The latest thing that we've done here at the Retreat at Hidden Treasure, that is our umbrella ministry. The name of our nonprofit is the Retreat at Hidden Treasure, and Whole Woman Ministry is under that. And another piece of that ministry is our brand new website. It's a membership website, and it's called Hidden Treasure Community. I would encourage you to check it out, because it really is the future, as you know, with technology, that we are turning it into people that build communities online. And so this Hidden Treasure Community is what we decided would be a way that we could take the tools and experience that God has given us and put it in a place where people could access it. So it's basically get a chance to have the tools and resources that we use for coaching as a member of this site 24/7. So we're putting all of our resources on this, and you can subscribe for this site $9.95 a month. So it's actually less than, as this ad here says, less than a couple of coffees at a coffee shop per month to have access. And we continue monthly to put more and more and more of our resources on there. There's also forums, so you're having interaction with other people that are purpose-minded, intentional, people living intentional lives. And you can communicate with professional coaches such as myself and my husband and other coaches that contribute. And so we are building this knowing that as we move on in the development of life coaching, that more and more of this is going to be accessible to the masses online. And so we've begun that.